We're super excited to be watching some amazing League of Legends go down. Guys, what do you think we should be prepared for today?
Either way, no matter what, hold on, is the fact that we should be looking forward to some quality League of Legends here. These are two teams that are very, very good, some of the best in the land in terms of Michigan, that's for sure. And it should be a very, very exciting night.
Yeah, well, and I mean, given the background of the two schools as well, MSU and U of M goes back so far that both of these teams are fighting for pride as well. The first time that these League of Legends teams have come together, they really have something to prove, not just to themselves or to each other, but to the folks back home.
They have stuff to prove to us, too, because we got bets on this between each other, and it really needs to be U of M coming on top.
I think I'd like to hear about the MSN starting lineup, actually. I'd like to hear more about that, too.
I'm going to get right on that.
By the way, Nate, this is weirding me out here. We have actual people in the vicinity of us recording.
Yeah,
this is strange.
It is a little bit strange, but also behind us, and I feel like I should grab this for our stream to see.
Give him the belt.
Yeah.
The coveted.
Show him the belt.
Coveted golden mouse belt. We are in the presence of the legendary golden mouse belt.
There is many
now,
legends.
if you notice, there is no logo here at the top of the mouse belt. That will go to the winning team. So,
MSU, obviously.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Keep
so
dreaming.
Expecting a big show out here from MSU. I'm excited. I'm ready. I'm ready to watch this. I'm ready to watch State take it.
Y'all real brave, you know what I'm saying, claiming green and white in Ann Arbor. I wouldn't be surprised if y'all find some slash tires when you get outside to the car.
Yeah.
So someone's already come up to me and says, dude, you're wearing the wrong colors. I'm like, I went to the wrong school.
I'm just saying, MSU has 380 carry mains on their team. It's like, this is not the meta for you guys.
Okay, but MSU has really big memes.
They
Okay.
They in fact do.
Listen, in terms of the trash talk, MSU has been taking it on Twitter.
Yeah.
I will give you that.
Yes.
In terms of trash talk, you guys have done great. In terms of playing good League of Legends, we shall see.
By the way, for those wondering who the voice off camera is, that's Quinn Farrar. He's going to be one of our casters here, caster from MSU. If you guys joined the show this week, we had him on after our news segment to talk some trash about U of M. Quinn, thanks for joining us here today.
Definitely. I have my own slide now.
Oh, there we go. Okay, now
awesome.
they can see you. That's
Yes,
great.
Definitely. They can see my silver hair that it took forever to dye.
So Quinn, what do you expect to see out of today's matchup?
It's a simple 2-0 by MSU. Nothing more, nothing less.
Wow.
Our coach does say that we're going to get between 20 and 25-minute games, both of them. So we might
nice
only
and
be here for
short.
about an hour.
Okay, all right. Thinking
No.
we're going to take it at 2. I would at least like to see 3 games played.
As a spectator, yes. As an MSU fan, I don't want the chance to mess up.
Understandable.
I was gonna say, it would actually be really nice if we turned into a bit of a charity match and maybe gave U of M one win, right?
Oh, wow.
That,
Wow, hold on.
We'll give them the first 15 minutes.
No.
of the game.
This is absolute slander. All right, what happened to the spirit of competition? What happened to, you know what I'm saying, being respectful to your opponents, okay?
Well,
this is exactly what I expect out of MSU is all this type of complete lack of sportsmanship.
Here's the thing. The casting desk should be one U of M player and one MSU player. Where's the U of M player?
Yeah.
That is an amazing question. He's non-existent, just like U of M's chances of winning this game.
Okay.
Ooh. So yes,
Yikes.
as we await the full casting team to arrive, we're also waiting for the teams to get situated, and
once we get the word, we get going.
Yeah, that's right. So this is really exciting and monumentous here for us at Checkpoint because this is actually the first bit of play-by-play that we've ever been able to present on our channel. And I think that this is really exciting to be getting a match with such history and such rivalry as U of M and MSU.
Nate, I'm insulted. I'm not happy. You've clearly forgotten the amazing call at the Las Vegas Esports Arena that Norris and I put down for Dragon Ball Fighters.
Yeah.
It was absolutely amazing.
Except that wasn't we didn't have footage of that live on our Twitch stream.
We did not. That is fair.
that doesn't count as it counts as play-by-play. We had it on the show. It counts as a little bit, but in terms of like a full we're gonna have the full match, the full play-by-play, the whole thing. We only had to work with like 9 minutes in that segment. segment, and we were like, oh, well, that's where it's going to end for today. That's it. That's our
And that
segment.
ending could not have come too soon, by the way.
And this is the only place that you can get this.
That's
right. True.
That's right. So he's right. This is monumental.
Yes, and so yeah, we're super excited. Let's run down some of the competitors that we're going to be seeing here.
Before we take a look at the competitors, I mean, we've got a lot of people who tune in for our show where, we talk some League of Legends. We don't talk a lot of League of Legends.
That's true.
There's probably a lot of people who have no idea what League of Legends is. Do we want to maybe give a brief tutorial?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. I mean, I'm going to have to defer to you because I have no idea what the hell I'm talking about.
Which is exactly the ridiculous reason as to why he picked MSU. You let the guy who doesn't know what he's talking about pick MSU.
You notice I didn't pick MSU.
Exactly. Joe.
So League of Legends, for those who don't know, is a 5-on-5 team game. Every player gets to pick a champion that will give them special powers and abilities, and as the game progresses, they get to level up and buy items for that champion to further customize them. Your goal is to eliminate the other team's nexus, and that nexus is guarded by 3 sets of turrets that you have to work your way. 4 sets, I'm sorry, of turrets that you have to work your way through to first get there.
Outside
Outside
of that, a
of that,
bit of slack. He also flunked out of U of M.
I did flunk out of you. That is not inaccurate.
Now, here's one of the most interesting things about League of Legends when you're talking about professional or collegiate play is that at the very beginning of a match, before matches are actually played, there's something called a pick and ban phase.
Yes.
Oh, actually my favorite part of that.
And there's the drama that plays out as to what heroes, what champions will actually be banned by the other team.
Right.
That means that the team that's picking can't use those champions. So if you have an opponent who's really, really strong at a particular champion, you can ban that champion and force them to change their strategy.
Robbie, you always say that one of your favorite things about Overwatch is kind of the requirement to be able to play different heroes.
Oh,
you can't just main one thing.
And that you can change fluidly throughout the match.
Right. So League of Legends, while you can't change fluidly, you can't change from game to game. And one of the key things is you can't just main one champion, because as soon as you get to pick ban phase, they're going to ban that champion out, and you're just SOL. Same old Lions.
Well, yeah.
Sorry, we live in Detroit, and I've had to hear that all week long. But you're right, Norris. That adds a big element of strategy that a lot of other games, obviously Dota does, but most games don't get to see that kind of added. Like you'll see it as we get into the game. The first 10 minutes is going to be them picking their champions and picking their bans, and you're going to see as we move into game 2 what teams have learned and what teams are.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
We'll see going into game 2 what teams learned.
I heard Quinn trying to jump in here.
Because you were talking about pick ban earlier. During tryouts, we had a lot of high-level players that were just one tricks. So they didn't make the team, even though they're very good players, because they just couldn't play any other champion.
Exactly. So, no matter how good you are, if you're playing Quinn every game, you have to be able to play more AD carries. You have to be able to play other heroes, at least within your role. It's great if you can play multiple roles, obviously, on a college team, but at least within your role, you have to be able to play multiple champions.
Now, once you get into the actual game, you'll notice that it's sort of split into 3 main areas, or 3 main lanes is what they're called. You'll have a top lane, a middle lane, and a bottom lane, referred to as bot lane. And then you'll have this weird part in the middle called the jungle. And each player will have a certain role that they're supposed to take care of. You'll have a top laner, mid laner, bot laner usually, and you'll have a jungler and somebody who's floating and maybe some support.
Go where they're needed.
They'll go where they're needed. Here's the thing. In the current meta right now, usually in that bottom lane, you'll have a support, or in old metas, you would have a support and an AD carry in that bottom lane. AD carry's been really weird in this meta currently. So
this year, really.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to see how that bot lane is handled throughout the night, and I really, really want to see how, as you said, the AD carry heavy MSU team handles their flexibility and what they're able to do with that bottom lane in particular.
Quinn, you mentioned when you joined us on the show on Tuesday that we might see a little bit of Swain in the bot lane.
It's a possibility. So the current ADC player for MSU used to be their mid laner last year.
Right.
So it's not unheard of to see a Swain, to see a Ziggs, to see some sort of AP caster.
Something strange in the
Something
bot lane.
weird, yeah.
Yeah, so today we're doing a best 2 out of 3 matches.
Yep.
We'll only play the third match if necessary, so I'm sorry, but MSU will be going home early.
You know, as much as you and Norris
That's a
are
long
talking,
drive.
I expect a lot of excuses when MSU does bomb you guys out.
Well,
Listen,
let's just, you know what, let's put this on wax because we made a brief allusion to a bet, a gentleman's bet between all of us.
Oh, so
up here.
we're actually gonna execute this.
So let's
huh?
let's put this on wax.
Oh man, all right.
All right, so
we'll just see how confident you are in
you
your
know,
pick.
here we are. So Joe and I, going with U of M, we have volunteered to say if we lose, Joe will do one of his most hated things on the planet, and he will play through the entirety of a David Cage game.
Okay, now, hold on.
Wait,
now, when you say
hang on.
play, you're actually gonna be pressing buttons, right?
Yes, he must press
I
buttons.
must press buttons.
Which David Cage game?
Well, I think we settled on Detroit Become
Yes,
Human,
he must
the most
play
recent
Become
one.
Human.
So
Okay.
yeah,
At least that one takes.
And
at
he has
least
to
a
play it
little bit
on
of-
stream.
I have
Okay.
to stream it.
Yes,
All right.
and
And
I
Norris-
have also volunteered to do something I hate, which is while he is streaming, I must be with him in Discord while he's streaming, but I must be playing Puyo Puyo
Oh god.
and provide some
So
sort of
Mr.
visual.
Dr. Robotnik's mean bean machine.
Yes,
And
I
here's what's
must,
frustrating about that is
yeah.
you wouldn't mind playing Detroit Become Human, and I wouldn't mind playing Puyo Puyo.
Exactly.
It's really frustrating.
All right. So if in the off chance in some parallel universe, MSU loses, I
Right.
suppose,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I was not privy to this decision, so you guys got to explain.
No, we made it for you.
Right,
Yeah,
we kinda made it
what's
for you,
happening
right.
here?
Right. Now, we do actually have some type of photo shoot thing coming up soon. So at a date to be named later. That's right, we do. At a date to be named later, Nate's going to shave your head. Is that right?
Yeah, because the beard. I'm not doing the beard
Okay,
again.
well, and I've been without an actual beard since like 2006. I will participate in No Shave November.
Okay, so
Because
He's going to shave his head.
here's the thing, here's the thing,
I
'cause-
cannot wait to see how stupid this looks on
Here's
stream.
the thing, because Robbie actually does grow a pretty mean beard.
I just hate it.
Yeah.
I hate having
I don't blame
a lot
you.
of hair on my face.
See, the thing is though, is that once
no,
you
he looks
have
like
it,
Grizzly Adams when he grows his beard.
it's pretty funny. But like once you have it, I think you'll be able to appreciate. Beard
I mean,
life.
I can
Hashtag
still
beard life.
appreciate it to a certain point. I just don't like it, man.
Nah,
don't like it.
But either way, so that's the bet. And as you can see, we got some short-term things that these guys will have to do that they'll eventually get over. And of course, Joe and I, being the benevolent people that we are, picked the much more existentially crushing task at hand,
I'm
which
going to
is
be mentally
playing.
scarred.
Yeah, which is playing the David Cage games or Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. So we are definitely
You
looking
guys
forward
don't
to this
actually have
match.
to do anything to your head though. Like
Yes, I have to do
No,
something
I-
to my head, to my brain.
Yeah.
Okay, which is play that game.
I don't know. I think not having any hair is particularly worse.
Therapy's not cheap, Nate.
well, you notice I didn't volunteer my
To be
hair.
fair,
Listen,
he has a
if-
hard enough
if-
time getting girls, okay?
Listen, if playing a David Cage game makes you go to therapy, then let me tell you, you actually may need to go to therapy for other reasons.
Here's the thing. The only reason I'm not going to therapy over a David Cage game is because that would give him way too much satisfaction. I know that's what he's going for, so absolutely not.
But with that said, guys, we got to talk about these teams
Absolutely.
in this matchup tonight.
We
So,
are about 15 minutes away from this match getting started. Excited to see U of M and MSU face off against one another. By the way, if you're just joining us maybe for the first time on Rift's homepage, we are Checkpoint Radio, the very first esports and video game radio show syndicated in 60 different markets across the United States and Canada. You can find out more information about our show over at checkpointradio.com, including a full archive of our show as well as podcasts and interviews. That's again all over at checkpointradio.com. So let's break down some of the roster here and who's going to be the ones to watch.
Well, I think we start with Michigan State, and we've alluded to it a couple times. They've got 380 carry players. We're going to bring in Quinn here, who's going to help us go through some of the players. Let's start with the top laner, Unpure Ruination. What are we expecting?
Dude, that man is amazing. I love Joe. You're probably gonna see either a Garen, a Urgot, some sort of tank player.
He's a Garen one trick, right?
Yes, that is the joke that is going around.
I mean, like that's a good way to climb to Diamond, right?
He's Masters.
That's a great way to climb to Masters,
Wait,
apparently.
is Masters above or below Challenger?
It's below
Masters
Challenger.
would be below Challenger.
Yeah, below
okay.
Challenger.
So you get to
Masters
the-
is top 500 players,
Yes.
and Challenger's top 50 players.
Oh,
No.
Wait.
No.
It's Challenger's top 100.
Challenger's top 100.
Yeah, Masters is top 500.
So up next, we've got a really big meme in the jungle.
nice.
Yeah, I mean,
Nice.
first of all, as far as
The
naming goes,
dankest player of the
The dankest
team,
player
by
of the
way.
teams.
Yeah.
My goodness.
so Quinn, what can you tell us about a really big meme?
I think Quinn's a little bit preoccupied for the moment.
No worries, we'll move through the rest of them. So their mid laner is I Am Nightshade. We've also got Losties playing AD carry, and Booja coming in as the support. We had to quickly do a name change there on Booja.
Yeah, we have some non-FCC compliant names in there.
So Quinn, can you give us a rundown of the rest of the MSU roster?
I am Nightshade. He's definitely a mid lane player. His real name is Scott. He's an amazing person. In actual lane, I haven't seen him playing a lot. If I was to choose champions for him to pick, it would probably be like an Orianna, maybe a Vladimir. But I haven't been able to see him play a lot because he doesn't come to club, unfortunately.
Okay.
Okay, so half a major player starter on the team doesn't even show up.
Bit of a
That-
maverick,
that
yeah.
is-
So,
that is
a
a
lone wolf,
This
if
is
you will.
this is great. This is amazing. Making the club look great for Michigan State.
You have to have your import somewhere, you know? They're just going to come and show up every day. Hey,
Hey, you
I
know
think
what?
we-
For
yeah,
all
we-
you
we-
guys
we
know,
actually
he
do
could
have
be
a-
off doing like secret training matches with like Faker or something.
Knowing-
you don't know.
knowing
All right?
him,
You don't
no.
know.
Knowing him,
None
no.
of you know that for sure.
We cannot hold on,
Well,
Robbie.
he's-
We can't substantiate
I
that.
just said no one knows.
Gonna be completely honest, he's the first person that I ever met at League Club my freshman year of college, and he's mainly the reason why I stayed, because he was just
Good
an
people.
amazing person.
Good people,
yeah.
then. That's right.
So he's good
So
guy,
he's got
good
the
guy,
heart.
talented player needs to show up to the club and
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
practice.
He needs to show up to club so he can start inspiring other freshmen
Ah, got it.
to
I
do
got
what
it.
I do.
But
and,
practice.
and be PR.
He
because I
ain't
don't
showing
wanna
up
be
to
PR.
practice.
He shows up to practice.
Okay, shows up to
Yeah,
practice.
I'm unfortunate. Our coach currently does not really talk with the rest of the league. I shouldn't say that, but he's more invested in the team. He's very invested in the
It
team.
sounds like serious
Sounds like they
organizational
might need another
problems going on at
Li-
MSU.
Listen, Quinn, you're making my prospects for keeping my hair very thin. Like, I'm getting really nervous now.
Yeah, you shouldn't be nervous because him being very into the team means that the team's really good.
Yeah, I
It's just you know how it's like the Yankees versus like the White Sox or whatnot, but
Yeah.
everyone hates the Yankees because they keep winning.
okay, all right, I'm going to trust you on that one.
So the one of the only players for MSU I wasn't able to get a lot of information on was Losties. What can you say about Losties?
I've never heard that name in my life.
Oh,
Okay,
So there's a reason we
He's
don't
a
know this
secret
name.
weapon.
hold on.
He's
So
a
as
secret
far as
weapon.
we know,
That's what it
MSU has a player who doesn't show up to the club, a player who we don't even know who they are.
No, I'm
Can't
really
even say
worried.
he-
I'm really worried.
Yeah,
Yeah,
No, he's
top-
not the
top-
lone
top
one.
lane
Think
is
you guys
Upper
should be
Nations is
really
Joe.
worried.
Nah.
Mid
nah,
lane,
I'm good.
jungle is
We got
Peyton.
this. We got this. Secret weapon.
Mid lane is Scott, Connor's ADC, and then we have the new guy. I don't remember.
I have him listed as the AD carry.
yes, the new guy.
WWF Survivor Series with the mystery partner coming in.
Oh
so,
snap! And we have a mystery
That's
partner on the
That's,
mic.
that's right. Joe, would you like to introduce our new guest here?
Yeah, so apparently filling in for the U of M commentary, we have Veraska, my brother. So Veraska, are we doing Luke or Veraska?
Whichever.
Okay.
We can do. What are you doing?
Whatever.
I go by Joe.
We can go by Luke.
So welcome, Luke, to the cast. We appreciate you
He might be
lending
replaced soon.
your expertise. Yeah, you may have to actually cast here in a minute.
Actually,
I
it
think-
looks like
I
our
think he's-
U of
I
M
think he's making
caster
his way
just
over now.
showed up.
Oh, is that him?
That's
Oh,
it.
okay.
That's
Oh,
right.
Now
hell
we
yeah.
kick him
Yeah,
off.
you
Bye,
don't have to.
Verosco.
Bye,
or
Luke.
Luke.
Bye,
There
Luke.
you go. Bye.
All right.
Luke,
I'll be
you
back.
come fill in for Robbie.
Yeah, no. We'll bring you back for some more expertise. I don't know what I'm talking about, so you could probably take my
I can
microphone.
at least fake what I'm talking about.
Yes. And now we have John on
Yeah,
the mic. We're
we'll
getting ready to
we'll
get
give
him.
him a second to get situated here,
Acclimated.
and yeah. So
Hope he has a good excuse.
John, welcome to Checkpoint Radio's pre-show.
Awesome. I'm welcomed. I feel welcomed.
You want to get in shot?
So, John, we've only gotten to see a bit. We got your roster was handed over to us last night, so we're just now catching up on some of your team. So the top lane, we had two people listed. We had Diagoras and Shamwa. Who's actually going to be playing today?
I'm not sure who's playing. I think they might be sharing time. they'll probably sub one in or out for, is it a best of 3?
Yes.
So for the best of 3, someone's going to play 2 games probably, and
Okay.
the other's going to play 1. But I'm not sure who. I know Diagoras is, or Diagoras or whatever it is. I know he's a higher rank than ShamWow, so maybe it would be him.
Is that their
I don't know.
AD player? Because I know your AD is Challenger right now, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Tip
Tip-T.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But our top laners are ShamWow and Diagoras.
Yeah.
So.
All right, and in the jungle we have Doomfully. What can you tell us about Doomfully?
What I can tell you about Doomfully is I think he's a freshman this year. Same with the top laner ShamWow, and me. But Doomfully, when he was trying out to be a mid laner, and he was Diamond 3, and all of the junglers trying out were pretty low rank and very incommunicative. Yeah. And Doomfully played a couple of filled games jungle because we had so many mids trying out, and they decided to just grab Doomfully as their jungler for the A team. So Doomfully, he's been working on his jungle and he's been doing a lot better. So I'm excited to see kind of what he can bring to the table.
Very exciting. Well, we are about 10 minutes away from getting this match kicked off, presumably. If everything,
everything
if
goes
everything,
according
if
to plan,
everything
yeah.
is running according to schedule. So again, if you're just joining us, we're Checkpoint Radio, the first nationally syndicated radio show for esports and video games. Hit that follow button and join us every single day. We've got something almost every single day here on the channel. But especially join us for Wednesdays when we do live episodes of Checkpoint Radio right here at twitch.tv/Checkpoint Radio. This Wednesday is actually going to be something special.
Very special.
Oh, man.
Right.
Very special.
Because as of Monday, Joe and I are going to be out at the Esports Business Conference collecting interviews and a whole bunch of other stuff to present for the radio show this week. We've got a lot of really great
great stuff
interviews
lined
set
up.
up. We're
It kills
really
me
excited.
that we can't say who we have.
I know.
lined up.
Yeah.
'Cause,
I
Don't
know.
you
'cause
let us
you know,
down, Joe.
There's people out there who are going to hear, ugh, interview show. I don't want to hear.
No.
you
No,
want
you
to
wanna hear this.
it.
You're going to
I
want to hear
promise.
this. These are some of the largest names in esports as a business, in period.
Yeah.
I mean, at all. You're going to hear from some of the largest
It's
names
getting
in
very
esports.
serious in the room right now. I see a crown. I see a vuvuzela to my left. I have no idea what's happening. So we are going to get ready to get geared up for this match. So right now, we got to get some predictions, starting with you, Nate, on the left of me. Who do you predict and why?
I'm sticking with my prediction of state because I want to keep all of my hair.
All right. All right.
I can see why you wouldn't want to predict to lose your own hair.
Yeah,
Yes,
no,
I
that
can-
wouldn't.
I can
don't
see
think
that.
that would work very well.
All right, Robbie.
I'm obviously also going to go with MSU, but I do think that we'll see the full match. I think we'll go 3. I think that MSU is probably going to take the first one. I think they're going to feel a little generous. Let U of M have a little bit of playtime there, go into the third one, and then just completely shut them down.
All right, Joe.
I'm of course going to say University of Michigan. I think Tip-T comes out pretty strong. Obviously, challenger player himself. I think it's going to be pretty good there. And my off-the-cuff prediction is that in the third game they just decide to run it down mid and see what happens. That's my hope and prediction for the third match.
All right, Joe. And with you, I am also with U of M, and I am going to also lean on Tip-T and his experience as a challenger player. However, I think this may end in 2. I think that he's going to be the difference maker, and he's going to be strong, especially in that second game.
Well, and I think we should also send it over to our casters and get their personal predictions. I mean, I probably can guess who each of you think will win, but I want to hear
Yeah.
why.
I personally think U of M will win. They definitely have a very strong roster with obviously Tip-T and Julius. I think are both very strong players, and I think our new players to the roster this year as well have a lot that they could bring with the new diversity kind of the team is going to have. Yeah.
Quinn, how about you?
I'm definitely going to say MSU. We got a better jungler always wins. Not only that, but a team likes to tell me that Julius is washed up. There's currently a constant feud going on between Julius and our top laner Joe. So Joe keeps on trying to be friendly to Julius, and Julius just doesn't like it. He's like, I think the first response he got was ZZZ. The second response was ... And the third response was, "What's wrong with you?" So
Well, that is wonderful when somebody can be washed up before they are finished with undergrad. So, with that said, guys, we are going to get ready to start this match. As soon as we get the word, we're going to
Yes.
throw it up on the screen. Everybody in the chat, let us know how you feel about the match. Let us know your predictions for who you think is going to win.
Who
If
are
you've
you
been
rooting
following,
for?
Who
are you rooting for? Yeah, we want to know.
If you're not from Michigan, you've seen these teams play in other sports, maybe even if you haven't seen them play in the esports, pick a side. We are telling you to pick a
You
side
gotta
in
pick
our
one.
own civil war.
You got to pick
So
one, and
do
it's got to
now.
be. It should be state. It should be state. I
Well,
mean,
okay.
honestly, it should
not
be state.
I mean, we can all agree it shouldn't be Ohio State.
Yes, we can all
I'm
agree
not
on that.
saying that if you pick U of M, we're going to ban you from the channel, but you should just probably pick state is all I'm saying.
No, how about this? For the highest bit donor, we probably should figure out something. You know, throw a bit in there or two if you want to get your pick said out on the chat before we wrap up
Do
here.
you think we could maybe get like the team to agree, like, you know, if they get the highest bit donor, the other team has to play with only 4 players? Do you think that's maybe possible?
I don't
you
know.
Now that
I
it's
don't
really coming down to it. They're really grabbing for some type
Yeah,
of
come on, man.
some type of up here.
Here's the thing. I mean, this is the first time these two teams are coming together to meet in esports at all. In any esport, in any video game. I don't think that any of them are going to take any special stipulations.
Probably not.
This is going to set the tone for every time these two teams meet from now on. You know, Checkpoint Radio's Grudge match, that's going to set the tone for everything else that comes after this.
And you know what? I think the more we see this, the more we'll be able to come back here, maybe even make this a yearly event. Why don't we just have the Checkpoint Invitational? Why not? And just
like
have
it.
all of these schools from around the area, maybe even around the country, converge upon Michigan in League of Legends and duke it out.
Our chat's lighting up here. Lloyd says hashtag MSU. Oak Mana says I played League for like a month in middle school, so I don't know Jack, but I'm rooting for MSU.
Yeah.
Kill
Well, that's
Ownage.
what it would
MSU
take to root for
win.
MSU.
And there you go. Fatality 186 says UMesh 100%. But everybody else,
Man.
it's green up in this chat, guys.
Could you have read that with more bias?
I'm just saying. Let me ban Fatality now real quick.
All right. So I do need to quickly just draw attention to this belt because we've been hearing about the Golden Mouse belt now on our show for weeks. And we finally get to look at it
This
in
is
person.
This is amazing. Look at this.
I'll say this.
Oh, the buttons don't click. I'm kind of sad.
Look at this, man. You know what? And we have something missing here, right here at the top. In case you missed it, the winner of this competition will get their school insignia placed there on the Golden Mouse belt. It's absolutely high stakes.
We'd love
This
to
belt,
say-
this
we'd
belt
love to
is worth
say-
more than all this equipment on this table right now.
We'd love to say that it's going to be etched into the belt, but no, just I mean it's
It'll probably be a sticker.
It will be a
It's
sticker.
Yeah,
It
okay.
will be a sticker, but the
be honest.
rest of the belt is clearly worth all of our salaries combined. And you know, we're just gonna place it here in the middle for the duration. Let's move that that lovely bottle of water, and we're gonna sit it right there for everybody to see. We're gonna get ready to get started in this match as soon as we get the word. So thank you for joining Checkpoint Radio for the first official Grudge match between MSU and U of M.
That's right. Check PT Radio on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram is where you can find all of our info. Please make sure that you follow us if you're just joining us maybe from WRIF's website, who is supporting and promoting the match. Also has our video stream embedded on their website. Hit that follow button, twitch.tv/Checkpoint Radio. We are located here in Detroit. We record our show in Detroit. So if you're looking for, you know, a Detroit we're not really Detroit centric, but I mean it's
You will hear Detroit
yeah,
references.
yeah,
Yes.
you will
It's hard
definitely.
not to.
It's really hard not to. So make sure you check that out, and also over at checkpointradio.com. We've got a lot of content for you to check out there, including this week's show, which is available right now on demand. You can find that at checkpointradio.com or over at mixcloud.com/checkpointradio. We are just minutes away from hopefully getting this match started. I think.
So I have been invited to the Champ Select.
Oh. Oh,
Yep.
here we go.
Alright.
Oh.
Our
All
full,
right.
MSU's full team is not here yet. Their second card just arrived.
All right.
Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to send it on over to Quinn and John, right, John?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Right.
We're
Johnny.
going to send it on over to Quinn and John for the call and let them get everything set up and ready for the MSU U of M grudge match right here on twitch.tv/Checkpoint Radio.
All right, cool.
Awesome.
So this is my
So-
first time meeting you. So
Yeah.
it was lovely to see you.
Me too. Good to see you, man.
Yeah. So since we can't really get into champ select stuff right now, you want to
Yeah.
just like go through like your champs pool, like what do you play and stuff?
My champ pool?
Yeah.
So I'm mainly like a Fizz one trick.
Okay.
Yeah, I know it sounds
All right,
kind of despicable.
Yeah.
Um,
Don't worry, I know one at my club.
Like-
He should be watching this.
yeah, I like have
But,
700 games on Fizz this season, so it's pretty
Just
crazy.
Just this season?
Just this
Oh my-
season. Last season's many more.
Oh boy.
So
Dude.
yeah,
All right.
I'm I'm the mid laner for the B team, so
Oh,
like
sweet.
I have to be expanding my champion pool, and I've kind
Mm-hmm.
of been struggling with that, but my Syndra and my Kassadin look pretty good right
Okay.
now.
Well,
so
they are. I know Kassadin's sort of OP at the moment.
Yeah,
he,
he's
he
super
counters
good.
like every mid.
like everyone that is an AD basically. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, we have a tournament coming up on the 7th of October. So our mid lane was like, "Can you play Kassadin, please?" He's like, "I don't play Kassadin." Can you play Kassadin,
Just learn him.
please?
He's pretty easy.
He is pretty easy, but no, he plays like Orianna
Okay.
and
The control mage.
Anivia.
Yeah.
Very control mage.
It's very healthy to have control mages in your champion pool because they can kind of handle everything. So that's why I'm trying to learn
It
like
doesn't stop him
Syndra.
from complaining.
Yeah. I mean, everyone's got something to complain about in League of Legends.
True.
So
Yeah.
just gotta.
There's never a time to not complain. I'm an ADC main, so I
Oh.
had the full 2017-2018 season
Yeah.
to complain.
Yeah, that was a rough time, man. When you had Yasuo in the bot lane. I mean, you still see
You still
Yasuo in
see
the
it.
bot lane, but
It was-
when you had like Mordekaiser in the bot lane as like one of the best bot laners, that was a sad time. It was a dark time for League of Legends for sure.
I'm like, I definitely prefer the time when it was like I would see a Swain or a Ziggs before the
Yeah.
Yasuo got picked up down there.
Did they make Zeal cost like 1,400 or something
No,
like
it's
that?
still 13.
1,300?
They changed like how to get into
Crit, right?
Yeah, how to get.
Yeah.
They changed crit.
That was rough. That was dark time.
I'm like, I mainly play like Jinx, Xayah,
Oh.
and I play crit ADCs.
Crit ADCs.
So I'm like, all right, this just hit. I'm now a MF one trick.
Yeah, that was the feelings of many AD carries.
Yeah.
I think Lucian was still alright, even though you could choose a crit path with him. I think Lucian, MF. I forgot what AD carries were meta at that point. Besides MF and Lucian,
Jhin.
Jhin.
Jhin was big.
Yeah, you don't need crit on Jhin because he doesn't get crit. I mean, everything
he
crits
gets-
already,
yeah,
right?
He's okay because you can build lethality on him
Yeah.
and still do.
He's a
tons of
utility.
damage.
He's
Yeah.
like a utility AD carry. And burst. Utility burst.
Utility burst. Yes,
Yeah.
that fits it perfectly. Because I've been one shot by too many lethality Jins before.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, there goes my 1600 health.
With the final shot.
Yeah,
And then they throw the little grenade after the shot too.
just
Top
to
it off.
finish you off.
Yeah.
And then you watch the grenade bounce and hit one of your teammates. He goes down to half health. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, this isn't going well, guys. I think we might have to have a. We're at 35 minutes in.
Man.
Just
Yeah, I
just
mean
big
every
goals.
champion though, every champion in League of Legends can get fed to a certain degree where you're just like, why does this exist? You know?
Have you
but
seen-
sometimes it's just the player.
have you seen Shadow Kane get super fed?
I don't know who Shadow King is.
It's regular Kane, one of his.
Oh,
four-
Shadow Kane.
Yeah, Shadow.
Oh
Kane.
yeah. Yeah, Blue Kane, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, he can make people disappear in half a second.
Mhm.
Crazy
And
champion.
then you'll just like, I made you disappear, and I'm gonna run through this wall and make your friend disappear.
Mhm.
Like, all right, I'm not having fun in this game. I strictly play MF and Xayah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean those are very good AD carries right now. So I think the recent changes or semi-recent changes they made to AD carry kind of like brought a lot more AD carries back into the meta. So
Definitely.
it's definitely a lot more healthy of a meta right now.
Dude, Storm Razor's so nice.
Yeah, all
I-
the speed.
I went from like hating going to Stormraiser because like on Zaya you'd initially build like Essence Reaver, and then now you all every almost every ADC you build Stormraiser first. And it's like I miss having like cooldown reduction and mana on crits. Just all this great stuff that Essence Reaver gave us, and it's just not in the game anymore.
It's kind of annoying as like a Fizz main, like when all the 80 carries move at like 10,000 miles an hour right after they auto, and I can't hit them, you know? Can't hit, I might miss my E or miss my alt, and that's just very frustrating. So it's kind of one of the changes I haven't liked as much, but yeah, it's okay.
All right, you want to hear about some? We're just sort of doing banter.
Yeah.
I've been told approximately 5 minutes till we can actually
5
get.
minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes
Till the
until we get.
champion
it.
select?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be sweet.
And then we got the 3-minute spectator delay. We gotta banter through as well.
Okay.
So I'm gonna tell you about my 50-minute assassin only game that I played yesterday.
Go ahead.
All right, so I forgot the total lineup, but I was playing Quinn. I think the end game was 50 minutes, 94 kills to 76 kills,
Wow.
and ended in a base race with a cane backdoor.
Oh, a cane backdoor too.
Yeah.
Not something exciting like Cassidon or.
No, it wasn't Xpeke.
It was an Xpeke though. So it was like one person going in for the Nexus.
Yeah, we were rushing down mid lane. We see the king come out of the wall into our base. We're like, all right, we got it back, guys. I think 2 people backed, and he just like.
Everyone else went for the Nexus.
Yeah. I'm like, we can finish this, please.
You gotta be unified. You gotta make a unified decision there.
Well, someone had to stop him.
Having 200 kills, almost 200 kills in a game is ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's unheard of. Was that in ranked?
No.
Okay.
No, it was a custom at our club.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
And so it was like you can only
our
play
assassin
assassins.
team versus their assassin team with no assassin bans.
Did-
Okay.
yeah.
Do you consider Ari to be an assassin?
No. No way.
Thank you.
No
To
way.
to Ryan and the rest of the league club, I know you're watching at the watch party. Ari is not an assassin.
She's not.
Thank you.
Yeah, no way. Like I play Fizz. Fizz is an assassin, and I'm playing against Ari, and every Ari hates their life when they play against Fizz because Ari can't really match Fizz very well, and she's definitely not an assassin.
Yeah.
And when laning against Ari, and when you're both 6, if Fizz ults Ari, Ari immediately is just gonna ult backwards. Like she definitely plays a little more of a defensive play style against.
I thought she was a kite
assassins.
mage.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Like, and then she can sometimes get picks if she goes in with her ult and charms someone. And in that respect, you might say she's an assassin, but she's still. I mean, like, would you say Syndra's an assassin because she can burst someone down? Like, no. Ari can burst someone down. She's a mage.
Yeah.
She's a ranged mage.
I mean, we also did have a Poppy in that game.
Yeah.
A full lethality Poppy.
I mean, yeah. I guess if you play her like that.
Literally shield bash did about 3/4 of everyone's health. Because you had to build assassin items. You couldn't build tanky.
How do you not end that game very quickly? Wait, I would think with 5 assassins against 5 assassins, someone would get caught out, the rest of the team would int, and then their
That's
base would die very quickly.
So that's the reason. It was the last game of club because usually after club we go to like B-dubs.
Yeah.
And so we're just like, it's gonna be a 20-minute game, lasted 50 minutes. I guess it just wasn't clear, like communication between both teams. There's a lot of yelling, a lot of shouting.
I would think that would be a lot of fun though.
It
Having
definitely was. I
a
would do it
special
again.
event like assassins only. That'd be sweet.
Does U of M not host anything like that?
I mean, U of
or-
M has lands where they have like tournaments that they set up like random teams based on like rank and stuff, and they try to make the teams equal. And then like the winner gets some type of like RP prize or like victorious rise or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
So those are pretty cool, but I mean, if
Like,
they could diversify from that, that would be pretty cool.
yeah, it definitely sounds like they would need to. Because I mean, like, I know we've done at least one time we did full bird team. We also do ARAM tourneys. Every now and then.
I think U of M has ARAM tourneys actually.
I'm like, personally, they're the most fun to me because I win ARAM tourneys. I'm a back-to-back 2-time MSU ARAM
Oh,
winner.
wow. Dang, dude.
Yeah.
Is it like 5-man ARAM or 1-man ARAM?
5-man ARAM.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Huh. And do you have like teams that you go in with yourselves, or
No,
do they
we random
randomly?
tees. So it's random team, random champion, all mid.
And you won both times.
Yes.
Dang. That's pretty lucky, dude.
2 out of the 3 I've entered. So.
You know, that's a lot of luck.
yeah.
I'm thinking, but you know, there's definitely a lot
Our
of skill
current
involved
club
too.
president hates it because it's the only thing I can currently beat him in is
Yeah.
ARAM tournaments.
I mean, if he gets a champion he doesn't like and you get a champion you like,
Yeah.
something's gonna happen.
I think like our finals, he was on the team versing me. His entire team got 4 melees, and we
Yeah.
got 4
Oh.
marksmen. And we're like, yeah, this
Yeah,
game's done.
that's always sad to see. When one team in ARAM gets like Xerath, Sona, and then like 380
Fiddle.
carries, it's
Yeah.
like ugh. Or like Fiddle or someone with an
Anivia.
alt that takes up the whole
Yeah.
ARAM map. That's always freaking
It's
hilarious.
always completely awful. We haven't seen any new champions join up into the lobby. It's just currently I am Nightshade, ShamWow,
Yeah.
Doomfully, and Original Julius.
And by looking at like ShamWow being in the lobby now, you can kind of like assume that ShamWow is the top laner who's going to be playing for U of M this game. As we said before, U of M has ShamWow and Diagris in the top lane, but I guess they're putting in ShamWow first. So
Do you know their champ pools?
yeah, ShamWow is actually a really good friend of mine. He lives like in the same dorm as I do, and he's also a freshman. And so we duo a lot, and he plays Camille, Ornn, uh, Poppy, and
So it's
Fiora.
Okay.
He
So
plays,
like, it's like 2 duelists and 2 tanks.
yeah, 2
So,
duelists
yeah.
and 2 tanks mainly.
Coin flip per side.
Coaches.
Alright. Yeah, we are currently sneaking in onto their custom match right now.
Do you know where they're playing, by the way? I don't know.
2 floors up.
So they're playing up. Okay. They're
Yeah.
playing on the top floor. Are there a lot of people there watching, or
I don't know if they
is
wanted
no one's
to add
allowed
people.
to like?
Yeah.
Is no one allowed to like bother them?
I think that's the thing.
Okay.
They don't want because we were originally set up in that room, and then they're like, we might want to be down here. Where
You
there's
don't want
like
the
more energy,
commentators,
more
too,
yeah.
Like
Because
in
we're
the
on a
same-
3-minute delay, so
Mhm.
it's going to be a lot of reacting to things that happened 3 minutes ago.
Yeah, that'd be weird. That'd be really weird. I don't know much about your team either. Obviously, can
Yeah,
you
I
tell me
mean,
about
like-
the players at all?
I know their personalities. I don't know their champ pool because I talk and speak with them, but I
Okay.
don't like play with them.
Can you tell me who, like, the names of the laners?
Yeah.
The,
I could for everyone except for
not
the
the,
support.
they're just the tags. How about? tags?
Yeah. Top is Unpure Nation.
Okay.
Jungle is really big meme. Mid, mid
Interesting.
lane is I'm Nightshade right there.
Okay.
In champ. And then support, I think he's changed his name like 4 times. So he started as Indian Mama. Then he went to like Alpha Chad.
Huh.
Then he changed it again to something, and I totally forgot what it was. And I think he changed it again, and that's what he asked me earlier. He was like, "Oh, can you tell me about this person?" I'm like, "I've never heard that username in my life."
Wow. Alpha Chad.
Yeah. And then we got D2CK Bouja.
Who?
D2CK
D2CK. Bouja.
Bouja. Yeah.
Interesting. Is
Which-
Bouja a significant, like, does that mean something?
I think
Is
it
his
means
name or
something in
something?
Korean.
Okay.
So, because yeah, the D2CK means something in Korean.
Huh.
Even though it really, I don't know if I'm allowed to say what it looks like.
What
But
it
you're gonna
looks like?
see it. It's
Okay.
D. You know how people can sometimes replace like an I with a 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, so D1CK,
Oh, I see.
and except it's a D2.
Wow.
That's exactly what it looks
Interesting.
like. We're just
But
like
it's supposed to mean something in Korean.
that's what our coach tells us. It's like
Wow.
we went up to him
That's what it
during
means.
club meeting. We're like, we need him to change
That's
his
what it means.
username. It's like it means something Korean. I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Home team gets side choice. All right, sounds all right. But yeah, and then yeah, I think that's the 5 members, and then Warbirds is our coach.
Okay. I don't. I think H Fang might be the coach for U of M. I might be wrong on that though. He's definitely like a manager or coach or something.
Okay.
H Fang and Marcus. Yeah, those are their names and tags. I mean, not their names, but
Just their tags.
I think Marcus's name might be Marcus. I haven't been here too long, so I don't really know.
Well, that was like
everything
our
about
B team last year. Their jungler's name was Cheney, and his real name's Cheney.
Cheney.
Yeah.
Mm.
He keeps yelling at me because I spell his name wrong, and
Yeah.
it's his username for everything.
Huh.
So
I
I,
don't-
I
I
think
don't-
it's spelled with 2 N's instead of N-E-Y.
It's like Cheney.
Cheney.
Cheney. Cheney.
Cheney. Dude, I'm gonna clip this later and just show it to him. He's gonna be like, "Why are you saying my name on
Be
stream?"
funny. How is the internet thing going?
Oh, are they having internet problems?
Maybe they're having internet problems.
It would explain why there's only one of them. they
I
took
think
two
you might
photos.
need a UM ID to sign
That's
into
what
the
I
internet.
thought too. But then, literally, is her name like Avankia?
I have no clue. I don't
I
know.
looked at the pronunciation on her Facebook earlier, and I just
Yeah.
forgot about it.
Oh.
But yeah, whatever your Arbor Esports basically president.
Oh,
or not-
Anathea?
Is that
I don't know.
is that how you? I don't know how to say it. I don't know if she's. I don't think she's over there, but
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I think
thought,
that's
I thought
our
you-
manager, though.
Okay.
So, as the B team, that'd be funny if she's also the head of Arbor Esports.
I
don't
mean,
know.
that's what Chris told me, and he's over there wearing that crown on his head.
All right, we'll see later. I'll find this out sometime. I've been here for 3 weeks. I'm not too sure who's the leader of everything, but
That makes sense.
I
He
know
fixed it.
Julius is like the captain of the A team.
Well, yeah, because he's been here for what, like 3
Yeah,
years.
he like organizes everything. So
That makes sense. He seems like a tryhard.
yeah, I think he's anything but that.
I don't know.
Honestly, he seems pretty laid back.
I've only ever heard stories about him, and I've casted some of his games.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, he's a really nice dude. I don't know. Seems pretty understanding. He's been here for
Okay.
a while. He knows how everything goes down.
That's good.
Yeah, he's pretty chill.
What are we? We're 15 minutes late into this. Goodness.
Yeah, that's what Julius told me to expect is that stuff starts late. So
Yeah. I mean, we were supposed to start that pregame at like 6, and we started at 6:30. So
oh dang.
yeah.
Huh.
So yeah, I was told 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. So I don't know what to expect anymore.
Are they giving out like free monsters outside?
Yeah, there's a table of them.
I want to
You
grab
want
one.
to ditch stream for like a couple seconds?
like
So
10 seconds
yeah,
and grab
yeah.
one.
We'll be
Hell
right
yeah, dude.
back. We'll show you. No. That's not what. That's not.
Yikes.
Yeah, give me half a second. Yeah, we'll show you. What did I do? I'll show you this.
Are back live here. Checkpoint Radio, Esports, and Gaming Radio. We just had a brief break from our casters. They're doing a great job for us today. They went to grab some beverages. We're getting ready to come right back live for you. And on top of that, we are also going to be crowning the winner of the U of M MSU Grudge match. If you're just joining us here at twitch.tv/Checkpoint Radio, this is the League of Legends Grudge match between U of M and MSU. This is the prize that's at
Yes.
stake.
The
Now,
Golden Mouse Belt. Now here's
Not named by us.
right.
TM.
Patent pending.
Here's the thing. We're waiting for the two teams to get situated and ready. Yeah?
We're waiting for Michigan State
Yes.
to get here.
Whoa! What
They were late.
I heard that there was a scuffle upstairs. That the trash talk got so intense that they had to take a break and we had to be split up.
Robbie, this
Whoa.
is
That's what I
this is
heard.
the fourth time you said something that is completely untrue.
No, all I said was I heard.
Okay.
You can't prove or
You need to
disprove
stop,
that.
you need to stop putting craziness into the ether.
All I'm
Either
saying is
way-
I heard rumors.
Either way,
The rumor mill is turning. Grain of salt, guys.
Either way, it is true that we were waiting on MSU to get here.
That's
Yes.
correct. That is a hard and fast fact. Which
Yes.
is what we're
So
gonna stick to.
so are we getting the green light from our casters?
yeah, casting team.
Yes.
Where are we at here with the two teams? Are we ready to go?
Well, both teams are now fully into the custom
building?
game.
Okay,
They're
good.
both they're both in the building. All their computers are set up.
Good.
So
All
we'll
right.
hopefully be getting into game shortly. They haven't told me anything, so they might be planning some strats out. So
Gotcha.
I mean, I suppose they're only 2 floors away. We could just go see.
We could just
Yeah,
go
somebody,
see.
yeah, we could just
We
go
could get a
find
runner.
out. We could just go find out.
I personally have to ask the casters because I've played a few matches in my time. I played 3 games of
Yeah.
League of Legends.
Ask him
And,
what champion he made.
I was just about to ask them. Okay, I played Lux. So what are the
Yeah.
chances that we might see some Lux play here tonight?
None.
No, really?
I'm thinking 1 to 2% chance.
I think less.
If
than
pretty-
not,
it's
if
pretty
not,
low.
Yeah,
There you
it's
go.
less than
You're
that.
gonna see it once every like 1,000.
Yeah, this.
See?
I don't think
Sorry,
either
man.
mid laners have that in
See?
their pool.
He's so bummed
I
out.
don't think
well,
you'll
listen,
ever see
I'm
it in
a
the pool
singed
'cause
one
she's
trick, so you know,
bad.
if there's anything to you, my champion's probably not going to get played either.
All right,
so
that's
no worries.
I don't feel as bad.
I mean,
I thought you were a Jinx one trick.
No. Jinx is my favorite character.
Oh, okay.
I am a very bad AD carry.
Very different. Okay, I get you. All right. Well, as we continue to wait for the teams, let's kick it on back to our casting team so that we can actually try to get maybe an ETA of when we're going to be going live for this grudge match between U of M and MSU.
definitely. After the slate scolding
Yes.
and monster getting.
Did they scold you for leaving the table? Scold us?
No.
for leaving
Well, you yelled at me. You gotta tell us when you're gonna go.
I see. Okay.
So
not bad.
yeah, it's
So it looks like we got.
go. As you can see, we have the greater spirit here at. We have the greatest spirit here at U of M, better than the entire room filled with U of M students.
Yeah, I think we're pretty confident in ourselves.
I
I
see.
think that's-
You
that's it.
don't need us. You
I
don't.
mean,
you
we
don't.
have
You don't need
we
to
have
yell.
so much populace. We don't need a few people yelling, and it might start an
Awesome.
earthquake if everyone starts yelling. So you
Yeah.
know.
So you think you're as good as Seattle's football team?
Um,
Were they actually measured on the Richter scale?
I did not. I was not aware of this, but that's
yes.
pretty.